Breaking news. Oda is proving himself to be a legendary storyteller, ladies and gentlemen, because I mean, I don't know what to make of this last chapter, but I'm telling you right now, we've been waiting 20 years for this information to drop. This has to be easily the most important chapter in One Piece right now, for the sheer fact of how long we have been waiting for it, how long Oda has been hinting at it, how much speculation has surrounded particular characters within this chapter. But I'm not going to sit here and tiptoe around what it is that everyone really wants to hear, and that is the bounties of all of the Yonkos, past and present. Let's get into it. We starting off with the Admiral. You got Marshall D. Teach's bounty sitting at a mighty 2,247,600,000 berries. Then you got Redhead Shanks bounty at 4,048,900,000. Moving on to Charlotte Linlin of the Big Mom Pirates bounty, which sits at 4,388,000,000 berries even. Then you touch on 100 Beast Kaido of the 100 Beast Pirate Crew, whose bounty is 4,611,100,000 berries. And if that wasn't enough, Oda sprinkles some sugar on the nut he just busted on all of our screens, dropping these mighty facts for us on this week. He gives us Captain of the Whitebeard Pirates, Edward Newgate's bounty, sitting at 5,046,000,000 berries even, and then Gold D. Rogers, the King of the Pirates bounty, sitting at 5,564,800,000 berries. My God, Oda. He told us, it was in an SBS or one of his interviews, he was like, he never planned for the Marineford arc of One Piece to be as big as the fans made it. He said he was just writing it as a normal arc. And he said that what is going to happen in Wano is going to baby shake Marineford in terms of the scale. And my God, is he delivering on everything that we've seen so far. Just this one chapter. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. This one chapter alone, y'all, we have waited. If you've binge read One Piece, you might not understand. For those who have been kicking with it week after week, we understand. You're not gonna have a full appreciation if you are just binge reading it and you just caught up with everything. No. We've been waiting years for this. But I'm going to try to calm down real quick because I want to be able to articulate everything. And there's several points that I really want to hit on and go over with y'all. The major points, really. And let's start off with Rock. Okay, so we find out, we know, you've all heard of the Rock Pirates. It's basically a legend that has been hinted at towards us by Oda for many, many years. For many, many years, hundreds of chapters, we've heard tales of Rock. We've heard speculation that Kaido and Big Mom are from the Rock Pirates crew, but that was never confirmed until now. We knew who defeated Rock. We knew that Garp was the one to defeat Rock. We never knew where and how, but we find out in this chapter. And it's just, wow, it's an info dump of the best kind. And I cannot help but love this chapter. And Oda, like, this whole arc, he has just been dropping bombs. Like, yeah, Oda can be lighthearted, but when this man truly sits down and is like, yo, I'm about to fuck with y'all. All right, I'm really about to shake y'all foundation. He does it every time. If he said Marineford was just him just like writing normal, my God, this is him giving it his all. But look, we find out Rock's full name. Sengoku, the previous fleet admiral, he serves as advisor now. But he says that his crew and others just knew him as Captain Rox, but his full name was Rox D. Xebec or Rox D. Xebec. I don't know. Rox D. Xebec. That's what we're going to go with right now because it's not important. I'm not going to cut it out. This really isn't going to be edited. This is my live take impression of the chapter I literally had just read. So let me touch on Garp for a second, because we literally get the full story of Garp and what went down that day with Garp and Rock. So we find out, hold on, before we get into that, we're going to get into this, because I don't want to downplay what Garp did. Listen to this lineup. Listen to this all-star lineup. The dream team in the NBA. Listen to this lineup that Rox had on his pirate crew. He had Whitebeard, Big Mom, and KAIDO in their heydays, right? Well, I don't want to say heydays, because it was stated that they're much more powerful now than they were in the past. But the fact that you had 3 of the 4 Yonko on your crew is insane. You had 3 of the 4 in their prime. So he had Whitebeard, Big Mom, and KAIDO. He also had the Golden Lion Shiki. For all of y'all that are drawing blanks on the Golden Lion Shiki, the Golden Lion Shiki, you might have seen him in the movie, but that really downplayed him, because he is the only man ever to escape impaled down on his own volition. No help, no nothing. He did it, no crew. He didn't need a diversion. He got loose. He busted out. That's all you need to know. Nobody was able to stop this man, because this is one of the 3 that would go toe-to-toe with Gold D. Rogers, right? It was Gold D. Rogers, Whitebeard, and Shiki the Lion. We don't know where Shiki the Lion is. Shiki the Lion is probably still alive. Shiki the Lion was a part of the Rock's pirate crew. Silver Axe, Captain John, Wang Shi, was a part of the Rock's pirate crew. Now, these are just your heavy hitters. My God, I don't know what he had else in the back. But Sengoku also states that the reason more pirates did not come from the Rock's pirates crew, other than just the ones that I just named, is because it was a dog-eat-dog world on the ship. Like, you could kill at will, right? These are just the ones that survived. So imagine having to take on other pirate crews day in and day out, and also having to fight Marines. But once you get back to the ship, you could potentially die from your own crewmate. It was a very hellish world to live in, from what Sengoku is giving us. Now, we find out how Garp got his name, the hero of the Marines. He, like I've stated earlier, was the one to defeat Rox D. Xebec. Alright? He was the one to take him down. We find out where the battle actually took place. The battle actually took place at a location. It's an island called On God's Valley. We have no idea where this island is. Sengoku states that it has been wiped from every map in existence, and it's like the island never exists. And then he goes on to say the island pretty much doesn't exist, which I would like to tie into and speak freely to say that, just probably like everybody else, this is probably where the One Piece is. There's probably stipulations on how you get there, because Rox was trying to become Pirate King, which is kind of odd considering the fact that there wasn't a Pirate King at the time. But we know this, that was also stated. Once they got to On God's Valley, it was Garp who teamed up with a celestial dragon. No, scratch that. Garp teamed up with Gold D. Rogers, a pirate. Okay? It was Gold D. Rogers and Garp who took down Rox and his entire pirate crew. But keep in mind that this is the Marines and the military and the Navy that are telling this story. They're never going to give credit to a pirate for helping take down anybody. They're going to take all the credit for themselves. You hear me? So, much like how they embellished how Gold D. Rogers died, they say they captured Gold D. Rogers. That's not the truth. Gold D. Rogers turned himself in because he was sick, and then, he was like, fuck it. But let the military tell it. They're going to say, oh yeah, we captured him, to boast themselves up, make themselves feel better, and to present themselves to the world. Oh yeah, we can capture the king of the pirates. Any pirate, your time is near, type of deal. So then, one perspective, Sengoku is talking to a room full of, I guess, just regular Marines. Nobody special in the rooms, just young Marines that he's talking to. And basically his reason for telling all this is that you can't expect the future to be ignorant of the past if you want change to be implemented. That was his whole mindset. Because apparently only old niggas in One Piece know of Garp's tale. Sengoku's like, it's just people of my generation that know. And I'm assuming the admirals as well. But I doubt Fujitora knows about this tale. You see what I'm saying? Like, only old Marines know of Garp's tales in the true story, I presume. So he's talking to a bunch of young cats, and they're like, yo, why hasn't Garp ever mentioned this before? And Sengoku goes on to say, he was like, well, he'll tell you the historical and accurate facts. Yeah, sure. But what happens is Garp doesn't tell the entire story because it breaks his moral code or his moral compass. And then you find out about Garp's fucking moral compass, right? I mean, you're talking about a man who let his son be executed. So at this point, when I'm reading, I'm like, what fucking moral compass does Garp have at this point at all? Like, what moral compass? You let a man magma fist your son through the chest. Like, what compass do you have? What morals do you have at all? And then you realize that he has a moral compass that says that he will not work for a celestial dragon. That's his, I guess that's one of his only moral codes. He will not work for a celestial dragon or underneath a celestial dragon. And that's why he's never accepted the title of admiral. He's always been vice admiral for his entire, well, not his entire military career, but he was a vice admiral when he took down Rocks with Goldie Rogers, and he stayed a vice admiral even after that. He never took a promotion because as an admiral, you work specifically for the celestial dragons, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with celestial dragons. That was something interesting, and that brings up a lot of points. That brings up a lot of questions. What is his beef with the celestial dragon? Because while he's at On God Valley, him and Goldie Rogers are protecting the celestial dragons. That's why he doesn't tell the full story, because he's breaking his moral code. Looks like you got a history of that, don't you, Garp? Which begs the question, okay, so this is clearly where celestial dragons go to reside. I mean, they already feel like they're God amongst men, so it makes sense that they would reside somewhere called On God Valley. Then it brings up the question, what was Goldie Rogers doing there? Because the way Sengoku makes it out, he makes it out to be they were there by coincidence. He says they happened to be there, right? Put that in quotation marks. They happened to be there. So they had no choice but to team up. I don't care if they're in their prime or not. You had Big Mom who went to the island of the giants and was fucking niggas up out there as a baby. God only knows what Kaido was doing as a baby, because this man's indestructible. You had Shiki the Lion. Keep in mind, we don't know if they have their devil fruits at this point. Only person we know who had their devil fruit is Big Mom, because she got her fruit as a baby. So we know she had her soul fruit. We don't know if Whitebeard, we don't know if Shiki the Lion, we don't know if Kaido had their devil fruits at this point. But, my God, that is a battle to end all battles. And I presume that's probably where Goldie Rogers got the title King of the Pirates. I can only imagine. Because throughout the entire chapter, Sengoku continuously says, yeah, Rocks was trying to be King of the Pirates. Which means, I'm assuming the only other person he had to go up against was Goldie Rogers. Even if he did team up with Garp, you're talking about a powerhouse versus a powerhouse. I mean, if he's dead, there's nothing you can do about it. We assume he's dead. My God, we assume he's dead. If it finds out that Rock is not dead and he's actually at Wano, this is going to get ridiculous. Because you have the current Fleet Admiral Sakazuki walk into the room, and he questions Sengoku about talking to the kids, and then I said kids, talking to the young Marines, and Sengoku basically snaps for a second, but he drops some real some real ass facts. He was like, he looks at him and he's why are so many powerful individuals connected to Wano? I, for one, do not believe in coincidences, Sakazuki. End quote. Because that's some real shit. And if you don't know, which you wouldn't if you haven't read this chapter, the connection of basically everything is going back to Wano. Strangely enough, everything is coming back to Wano. You got this man, this samurai, who is the ruler of Wano, which we do find out he a bitch too. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The current fleet admiral Sakazuki, he refers and he answers Sengoku, and he was like, "I presume you're referring to Kozuki Oden, right?" Everybody knows about this man if you're current with the Wano arc. I'm not gonna go into that. The fleet admiral then goes on to say he was once a captain of one of Whitebeard's ships, but he was later picked up by the Roger pirates and went along on the Pirate King's last voyage. Then goes on to say, I don't believe Oden has anything to do with the most recent developments, but there is too much surrounding this man Oden, ladies and gentlemen. But my God, was this a powerhouse of a chapter? This put so much into perspective, but then it just opened up an entire Pandora's box of questions about what is truly going on. If Kaido and Big Mom do have an alliance, what does that mean? What does that mean for the fate of the entire world? I don't believe that currently, if you go back to the bounties I just listed, they have the two highest bounties currently of the 4 Yonko. They do. So put them combined, it's unmatched. They're easily at 8 billion berries, 9 billion berries. I wish they would have told us Shiki the Lion's bounty, but I understand why they didn't, because if they would have revealed Shiki the Lion's bounty, it would have just confirmed that this man is alive. And the fact that they didn't probably tells us that he is alive. I truly believe Shiki the Lion is going to come up, and I believe that shit is going to hit the fan. But the question is, and this is just a theory, well, it's just a what if. What if Shiki the Lion does come back? Could he take on a Kaido and a Big Mom? You're talking about a man who could float islands. You're talking about a one-man wrecking crew who broke out of Impel Down. That's what, 100 meters under the sea? By himself? You're talking about a man that stood toe-to-toe with Goldie Rogers and Whitebeard. Now, he didn't kill him. Shiki's still alive. But, I mean, Whitebeard, even in his old age, had the highest bounty of the Yonko. And I know people go, oh, he was old, though. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, if I'm a young Yonko, I'm not going to be scared of an old man unless that old man can fuck me up. Like, keep that in mind. I have no reason to feel an old-ass man unless I know for a fact he could kill me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe that at all. Even in his old age, this man was prepared to sink a fucking island. I forgot what stopped him on Marineford, actually. What did stop his rampage? Oh, that's right, disease. Because there was nothing else that was going to stop him from sinking that island. Please keep that shit in mind. If he was healthy, bro, the man would have easily sunk Marineford. But look, I'm not going to harp on this any longer. These are my first thoughts. This is going up unedited. And, yo, if you're new, go plus ultra and smash that subscribe button for me. Alright? It lets me know you're rocking with the content. Probably should have did this at the beginning of the review. But, without further ado, I'm out.